The importance of mental health awareness. Being a college student is rough. How many of you agree with that statement? Often, our days consist of trying to ace all our classes while trying to balance all our other responsibilities in between. All day, every day, life is like this. Fear, apprehension, pain, avoidance, anxiety about what you said, fear that you said something wrong, worry about others' disapproval, afraid of rejection, of not fitting in, anxious to enter a conversation because you're afraid you'll have nothing to talk about, hiding what's wrong with you deep inside, putting up a defensive wall to protect your secret. You are undergoing the daily chronic trouble of living with this mental disorder we call social anxiety disorder. How many of you know someone or have heard of mental health disorders such as anxiety, depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, or personality disorders? The purpose of my speech is to teach you about mental health so that you know how to look for the signs. I'd like to get more specific and discuss mental illnesses in schools. So what exactly is mental illness? A mental illness is a physical illness of the brain that causes disturbances in thinking, behavior, energy, or emotion that make it difficult to cope with the ordinary demands of life. Research is starting to uncover the complicated causes of these diseases, which can include genetics, brain chemistry, brain structure, experiencing trauma, or having another medical condition like heart disease. According to Pine Rest Mental Health Resources, the two most common mental health conditions are anxiety disorders and mood disorders. Anxiety disorders. More than 18% of adults each year struggle with some type of anxiety disorder, including post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD, obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD, panic disorder or panic attacks, generalized anxiety disorder, and specific phobias. Mood disorders. Mood disorders such as depression and bipolar depression affect nearly 10% of adults each year and are characterized by difficulties in regulating one's mood. For years, mental health has had a stigma surrounding it. In different cultures and religions, mental illnesses were thought to be a punishment or a demonic possession. Currently, the taboo has not gone away, making people suffer. More oftentimes than not, people are underdiagnosed, dismissed, or the stigma creates too much societal pressure to say anything. Stigma affects not only the number seeking treatment, but also the number of resources available for proper treatment. Stigma and misinformation can feel like overwhelming obstacles for someone who is struggling with this mental health condition. Here are a few things, powerful things, that you can do to help those people who are suffering from mental health conditions. The first is showing individuals respect and acceptance removes a significant barrier to successfully coping with their illness. Having people see you as an individual and not as your illness can make the biggest difference for someone who is struggling with mental health. Second is advocating within our circles of influence helps ensure that these individuals have the same rights and opportunities as other members of your church, school, and community. Third is learning more about mental health. It allows us to provide helpful support to those affected in our families and communities. Those are the three powerful things that you can do to help those people who are suffering from mental health conditions. It is essentially important for every student to be aware of the steps that they can do in order to improve their mental health, which leads to a better lifestyle and academic performance. These steps include believing in yourself and eating healthy. Believing in yourself is one of the most important elements of success. You should believe that you can do it and always work hard and never give up. Even in the most pressured times of the semester, always try and you will be surprised at the end of how much you can achieve if you always try and never give up. Eat healthy. Good food equals good mood. Following a healthy pattern of eating is linked with better stress management, improved sleep, increased concentration, and better mental well-being in general. Always seek advice from your loved ones and support. Tell them about your pressure because you will feel relieved afterwards. Do not just keep thinking about things alone because eventually it will cause mental anxiety or depression, and both will lead to a lot of problems. Therefore, always have some time to realize and socialize with people because we are human beings and we are alive to socialize with other people. Also, people can sometimes give you advice that would really help you and comfort your mind. As what Albus Dumbledore said, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if only one remembers to turn on the light. Help them to turn on the light and tell them, you never walk alone. Hala,